You want to create your first piece of content as a creative and you don't know where to start. So the promise of this video is I will teach you step by step how to make your first piece of content as a creative so that you can start promoting yourself and your services to the world. My name's RK. I help young aspiring creators monetize their craft in a fulfilling way. If you like the kind of things that I'm talking about and you are an aspiring creative trying to take this more seriously, I would love to have a chat with you. It's the first link down below. It is so important to showcase your work and the services and the skills that you provide nowadays, especially on the internet. There is a gold mine of people that can connect with you and provide you so much value. So I'm going to make this as easy as possible. Best case scenario, you're going to have your first piece of content tonight or tomorrow, realistically, depending on what time of day it is now for you when you're watching this video. First of all, ask yourself, what is the one content consuming platform that I use the most on a day-to-day basis? So if you consume the most content on YouTube, we're going to focus on making your first piece of content for YouTube today. But if you consume the most pieces of content on TikTok, we're going to be focusing on making your first piece of TikTok content today. Because that's where you know what type of content that people like to watch because you've had experience yourself consuming content. There's this whole idea that I need to edit perfectly and I need to speak perfectly and I need to record perfectly on a 4K camera in order to create my first piece of content. Our first piece of content is not going to be anywhere near how good we're going to be 2 to 3 months from now. Okay, so now that we understand that our first piece of content does not need to be perfect, let's talk about what value can we provide in our first piece of content. Step 2, the type of value that we're going to provide. We're going to try and aim to get a piece of content out in the next 24 hours. Most of our work that we do as creatives takes slow, long processes in order for us to polish and perfect our work. You can't make an amazing painting in 30 seconds to an hour. So we're not going to be creating a full amazing artwork that we're going to showcase to the world as our first video. If you are going to be and you have stuff like that up on your social medias, that's totally fine. But we're going to go through how we can streamline this process of providing value on the internet as a creative. So in this process that you have of creating the work that you do and the projects that you do, what are some of the skills and what are some of the things that you've learned along the way and all those micro steps that you take in order to achieve this big thing? We're going to pick one of those micro steps and those micro achievements and those micro skills that do accumulate to this big thing, and we're going to teach or showcase it in our first video. So an idea would be, if you are a videographer, a skill that you have learnt on going out to shoot a lot is how to organize your cameras and how to organize all your little battery packs in your bag. So something as a young aspiring videographer that could be very, very useful and inspirational is showing how you pack your bag on a day that you have a long shoot outside. So I would pick up my camera and I would record myself talking. So you always want to start with what services and what you provide first, who you are and the type of people that you help. So I'm going to be creating content that helps young videographers gain the confidence in order to go outside and shoot. So I would start off by saying, I'm a videographer, this is the service that I do, this is the type of videography that I do. I help young videographers gain the confidence to go out and shoot in public. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to pack your bag and the process that I do to packing my bag for a long shoot. And then I'll go through the process of showing my bag and how I pack everything. There's this small piece of content and this piece of value that you could do in the next 24 hours that actually will help the target audience that you have. I feel like this is way more fulfilling and way faster and a better way of thinking about the content that you produce. So now that we know that we don't need to create this perfect, amazing creative art project in order to create our first piece of content that we can still be proud of. If you are someone who's struggling to get content out more frequently because of the type of the art you're creating requires a lot of time and patience and effort, and you would love to provide value on a more frequent basis, hopefully you can take this idea that you don't need to be perfect and you can still provide very meaningful value to the people that you want to help on board. So if you do kind of like the things that I'm talking about and you would love to monetize your craft in a fulfilling way, I would love to work out a full actionable plan with you. I would love to have a chat. It's the first link down below. Thank you very much.